Back in 1954, Napoleon Hill left us with the roadmap to success. He created a video course called Napoleon Hill's Master Key, and it consisted of 13 lessons. In this video, I'm going over lesson 1 that goes over the definiteness of purpose. Definiteness of purpose is step 1 to achieving any goal that you're striving for. Having definiteness of purpose simply means that you have clarity on the ideal outcome that you're trying to achieve. Now, just like Napoleon Hill did back in 1954, I'm gonna make you a promise. If you will decide definitely what you want most in your entire lifetime and write it down on paper so I can read it, then I will gift you the master key in which you can open the door to the attainment of your desires. Okay, so take the time right now to pause the video and write down exactly what you want in life on a piece of paper. Then I want you to put it on the comment section so other people can see what exactly you want to achieve. When you write things down, it makes things real, so do it now. And for the exact moment that I will deliver you the master key, that will rely entirely up to you and when you're ready to receive it. So remember to keep an open mind and have faith over doubt, okay? Faith over fear, faith in yourself and your ability to actually create the world that you want. Okay, have that open mind when going through these lessons, and let's jump into the first lesson. Napoleon Hill will start this lesson by sharing this message. Whatever the mind can believe and conceive, the mind can achieve. So you have to understand that psychology has proven that your mind is like an antenna. It's like a signal that is like a radio station, a TV broadcasting service, or even a Wi-Fi router that's always sending signals and receiving signals. So whatever the mind can believe and conceive, the mind can achieve. If you have 1% doubt, you're gonna take doubt every single time and you're not gonna achieve the goals that you're striving for. So make sure you have the definiteness of purpose, the clarity of what you want, and keep focused on that every single day. Eventually, you're gonna manifest it and attract that into your life. Now, if you want evidence that whatever the mind can believe and conceive, the mind can achieve, then we can look to the past just like Napoleon Hill did and look at Thomas Edison. Thomas Edison simply wanted to be a great inventor, and he grew up to be the world's greatest scientist. It's important to know that Thomas Edison only had 3 months of common school education. His whole focus was just trying to invent things to help the world around them. And if we fast forward to today and we look at what the mind can conceive and believe and what our current inventors are achieving, then that is more proof that this framework actually works. Our most famous inventor is Elon Musk. He created SpaceX, he created Tesla, and he is trying to go to Mars, and I believe he's going to achieve it because he can conceive it and believe it, and he has the resources to make it happen. We have another company called CRISPR Therapeutics that is doing gene splicing and alterations to the human gene. Another example is what OpenAI is doing with artificial intelligence, giving us the tools to, use the vast world of the internet and gather up all this information in order to have some type of artificial intelligence. So somebody had to conceive it and believe it that they can achieve it, and they did. They all worked really, really hard by putting focused energy towards the goal that they wanted to achieve. But anyways, I can go on forever talking about different examples that can prove this framework, but let's jump back into the lesson. Now, Napoleon Hill didn't come up with all this all on his own. He was actually mentored by Andrew Carnegie. And if you don't know who Andrew Carnegie is, he was the Scottish American that created the steel industry here in America. And he is one of the richest Americans in history based on all the things that he did. Andrew Carnegie taught Napoleon Hill the organization of the science of success philosophy. And this is exactly what I'm going to teach to you in this video series. So in the beginning, Andrew Carnegie reached out to Napoleon Hill and chose him as a person to teach the first philosophy of this success framework, right? And the funny thing is that Napoleon Hill actually expressed some self-doubt. Napoleon Hill told Andrew Carnegie that he chose the wrong person because of his youth, lack of education, and lack of finances. Andrew Carnegie responded with a powerful lecture that impacted Napoleon Hill's entire life. And because of this lecture, he went off to impact millions of people, some of them who aren't even born yet, right? Just like myself, because of the wisdom that he left behind after his death. Carnegie spoke about a power that's completely under your control. A power greater than poverty, greater than lack of education, and greater than all of your fears and superstitions combined. It is the power to take possession of your own mind and direct it to whatever ends you desire. This is the greatest gift God gave us, because it's the only thing in which man has the complete and unchallengeable right of control and direction. When you speak of your poverty and your lack of education, you're simply directing your mind to attract these undesirable circumstances. What your mind feeds upon, your mind attracts. It is important to recognize that all success begins with definiteness of purpose, defined as a clear picture of what exactly you want from life. Now, this is a perfect opportunity for me to remind you that if you haven't wrote down what exactly you want from life, then write it in the comment section below so we can have a clear picture of what you want to do in order to succeed. Now, Carnegie told Mr. Hill this universal truth, and this encouraged Mr. Hill to write down some outlandish goals. These goals shocked his friends and his family. And if we look back at Napoleon Hill's track record, not only did he achieve the goals that he set, but he blew them out of the ballpark. So let's talk about Andrew Carnegie's universal truth. The universal truth is that we all come down to earth, blessed with the privilege of controlling our minds and directing it to whatever ends we may choose. But everyone brings 2 sealed envelopes with them at birth. One envelope is labeled, "The riches you may attain if you take possession of your own mind and direct it to whatever ends you may choose." The second is labeled, "The penalties you must pay if you neglect to take possession of your own mind and direct it." The first envelope contains a list of 6 blessings. The blessings are sound health, peace of mind, a labor of love of your own choice, freedom from fear and worry, a positive mental attitude, and material riches of your own choice and quantity. The second envelope contains 6 prices you must pay. The 6 things you must pay are ill health, fear and worry, indecision and doubt, frustration and discouragement throughout your whole life, poverty and want, and a whole flock of evils consisting of envy, greed, anger, hatred, and superstitions. Now, Andrew Carnegie's mission was to help anyone who needs help opening up and using the blessings located in the first envelope. And the first step in order to do that is to write down a clear description of what you truly want and desire from life. This is the one circumstance, position, or thing that you're willing to accept as your idea of success. Remember that your only limitations are those that you set up in your own mind, or those that you allowed other people to set for you. And step 2 is to write down what you intend to give up in order to acquire what you desire from life and start giving it up. For me, I had to give up playing video games every single day and watching Japanese anime. I fell in love as a kid with all the stories, all the video games, and all the entertainment that I kept filling myself up with daily. But I knew that I had to retrain my brain to not focus on entertainment, but focus on education so I can learn and acquire the skills that I needed in order to create my own business, leave an impact, and start teaching people the things that I know in order to leave my own legacy in the future. So this is the life that I'm currently designing and crafting for myself, because I believe that business is the ultimate art form. And if we're able to tap into that creativity and design a life on our own terms and create income to be able to provide for our friends, family, and the people we employ, then we can truly change not only our life, but the lives of others. Now, step 3 is to memorize both of your statements, what you desire and what you intend to give up in return for it. Then I challenge you to repeat these statements to yourself daily, dozens of times, so you can brainwash yourself in order to move towards the things that you desire and to stay focused on your goals and what you're trying to achieve. And always end your statements with this expression of gratitude for the blessings that you were gifted at birth. Dear God, I ask not for more riches, but moral wisdom with which to make wiser use of the riches you have gave me at birth, consisting in the power to control and direct my own mind towards whatever ends I desire. Now, I know this generation doesn't really like talking about God, but Napoleon Hill states that if you're not too successful or too self-satisfied to accept and express this profound prayer, and if you accept it and express it in the same spirit of humble sincerity, the way that I'm expressing it to you, then a new world will reveal itself to you. A world in which you see reflected the circumstances and the things that you yourself have created. And now that you found clarity and definiteness of purpose and wrote down exactly what you want and desire from your life and what you intend to give up in return to attain it, click here to learn about the mastermind principle. The mastermind principle is the second lesson in Napoleon Hill's Master Key course. I'll see you there.